Catfishing is a very
Wait, go.
catfishing is a very great way to spend your summers fishing with friends and catching very nice fish at the same time. Me and my buddies one time we went out one night and we caught like 20 catfish, like nice sized catfish in the course of like 8 hours. And here I'm going to show you what you need to use to go catfishing. What you're first going to want to start off with is your bait rod. And simply what you're going to want on your bait rod, is just a little hook, and what you're going to want is a thing of worms, and you're going to want to catch perch. Like as soon as you get there, I usually like to get there around 7 o'clock before the sun sets and catch perch. Like you want a few perch because you don't know how many perch you're gonna lose during catfish, because catfish love to eat dead fish. And so you're gonna use a little lure like that, put a worm on it, cast it out, and catch over, I don't know, 10 perch. And then, once you catch all your perch, the sun will start to set and it's time to catfish. And so you're gonna have your perch. You're gonna cut your perch up. I like to cut them up into inch-long pieces. And what you're gonna need is you're gonna need lantern fuses so you can see in the dark, or flashlights. I like to use lanterns because you can just set it down and they have a nice light to it. A bell, a bobber for your bait fish. You're gonna want to use a bobber actually on your bait fish rig. You just set it out there while you're catfishing, because sometimes perch will bite at night. A bell for your rod so that you can hear the catfish, and then your actual rig that you put on your rod. Now this rig is one of my favorite rigs. I like to use a lot because it's got a nice hook, and this hook has like a little curve at the bottom so it hooks to the thing, so when they swallow it, it actually gets out of their throat and it goes to the side of their mouth. That way you don't have to reach your hand in there and take it all out. You're gonna want a 2-foot long leader line, a 3-way swivel, and then a 1-foot long leader line, and then a 2-ounce weight. And I like this because what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to drop on the ground, and then this is supposed to, I don't know, swim with the current if there's a current in the lake, or sometimes there's not, and it just sits at the bottom. Anyway, it's in one stationary place, that way it's not moving all around the lake and getting stuck in the logs. So you put it down and just floats there, and this is where the perch is on. And usually what I like to do is I like to set up like 10 of these at home. That way when I'm ready to go catfishing, I just got this and I just put it on the line, I'm done, because a lot of times you get such a big fish, it's just gonna snap right off, or you're gonna lose the rod. I've had that happen too, plenty of times. Alright, so this knot I'm gonna show you, it's an easy fisherman's knot. What you're gonna do is you're gonna swivel it, twist it about, I like to do 5 times, and then you're gonna bring it and hit it in the eye of the bottom of the knot. And then you're gonna wanna loop around and go into the bigger hole that you looped in. And I use that for everything. I use that to tie these on, this on. It works and it's super strong. Make sure you test it. If you want, you can even spit on it because that lubricates it so it gets even tighter. Yeah, make sure that it doesn't get down, and then you reel up. I like to use about 14-pound test because usually fish won't get too much bigger than that. And you're going to want to break it off if the fish actually does swallow it. 14 pounds is a good pound to use. Sometimes you can use more though. Big fish like to come and hit these. Cast it out as far as you can, because that's where the fish like to be. They come in at night, but usually in the middle of the day they're at the bottom of the lake just waiting for the night to happen. Because all this takes place at night. If I didn't mention that, sorry about that. All this takes place at night. And it's basically camping and fishing at the same time. Super fun activity. I love it. You cast your fish out and you just set it there. You don't have to jig it at all. You can cast like 10 poles out there and leave them all overnight. And then once you cast your pole out, you just put it in like a Y rod. Like usually we'll cut out a stick that has like a Y on it, and then you cut it out so the Y just shows. And it'll go right on your rod so it holds it up. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your bell, put your bell on the rod, and then leave it alone, and you can go tend to your campfire. You can go set up another rod, because usually it just happens all night long and all you're hearing is. And once you hear that, you got a fish on. So what you do when you get a fish on, you just take your thing off, reel it in, take the fish off, let it go, keep it, whatever you want, and then cast it back out there. But probably gonna put some new bait on it. And that's just catfishing. Super fun, loving it.